The story I'm about to share with you today is a very terrible story, a pitiable story, a tragic story, but it's a story that could have been prevented. I bring before you today the story of a woman, a very young, beautiful woman with 3 children who used to live in France with her husband. Recently, it was reported that she was killed by her husband. The bone of contention between the man and the woman, we really do not know. But what we know is that the man killed the woman. Now, you don't have any reason, no matter how angry you are, no matter how bitter you are, you don't have any reason to kill your partner. If you kill your partner, you become a murderer, and a murderer must face the law. As we speak now, the man is running from the law, which is not supposed to be so. If maybe the man has left this terrible marriage before now, women, marriage is a beautiful thing. That's what I say. Marriage is sweet. I advise people to stay in their marriage, but I cannot advise you to stay in an abusive marriage when you know you are being beaten in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening. Sister, it's time to take your bag and leave. I know it is not easy to leave a marriage. I know it is not easy because your children are there. People will laugh at you. How are you going to start? After 1 year, after 5 years, after 20 years, suddenly you want to call it quits? Yes, it is better to stay alive to take care of your children than to die in an abusive marriage. If this woman had left on time, I believe she will still be alive, maybe fighting for her marriage from afar. Do not stay in an abusive marriage. You don't have any rights to beat up your wife, husbands. No matter how angry you are, it shows that you are a beast. It shows that you are an animal. It shows that you are not human. If you are angry, there is still the walking away style that you can do. Leave the house whenever you are angry. Lock yourself in the room whenever you are angry. On no occasion should you beat up your wife, because it is very difficult to see women beating up their husband. Of course, I know there are situations like that. If it is your wife that is abusive, report her to her parents. Also report to your parents, because if anything happened to you, if you cover up for that man, if you cover up for that woman, if anything happened to you, it is just rest in peace that everybody is going to say, and the man will continue, the woman will continue. But when he is abusive in nature, make sure you discuss it with those around you, so that if anything peradventure happen to you, if you decide not to leave, then it will be held responsible for being an abusive husband. And to the society, I want to speak to every one of you, brothers and sisters, those single ladies that you see out there. Stop this stigmatization. There are some of them that never wished to be a single mother, but they got married to a very abusive man. Instead of them to pretend to be happy in marriage, it is better, and you have to encourage such people to speak out and to take a walk out from that terrible marriage. Because sister, if you don't leave, your story is going to be like the story of this woman that we are discussing in France that was killed by her husband. You know what the social media people are going to do? We are only going to talk about it and we'll move on. Now that you are still alive, you have the opportunity to save yourself. Do not cover up for an abuser. An abuser will keep abusing you. If he beats you the first time, he's going to beat you the second time. If he beats you the second time, he's going to beat you the third time. So please find a way of escape. Prepare your way of escape. And for those of you that are living in Europe, you don't have to prepare any way of escape. You just have to go to the government and tell them what is happening, and you will have help. Only those in Africa, those in Nigeria, maybe you have 4 children already, you don't know how to pay school fees. Please, family members, whenever you are called upon that your daughter is being abused by her husband, please do not advise them to stay further. Do not, because that's the mistake most of our mothers always make. They advise them, you don't have to leave your marriage. What about if she stays there and the next few months you are going to bury her? Is that what you want? It's not better for she to come back home. Then start fighting for her marriage if there is still anything to be fought for in that marriage. Please, enough of the violence. It is not a good one. The children will be the one to suffer at the end of it all. If you end up losing your life in the process of, I just want to stay married, your husband is going to be arrested, you are dead, the children will become automatically the government's property, orphans. The children that a man and a woman trains together, it's still difficult for them to be something meaningful in the society, not to talk about children without parents. Please, let's be wise. Marriage is beautiful. Marriage is godly. Marriage is good. But it is not worth dying for. If you know your life is at risk, speak out and look for a way of escape. That's the message I want to pass to you all today. Thank you for listening. And please, I want you to be part of my YouTube family. And you can do that by simply subscribing to my YouTube channel. Thank you. I'll see you in my next video.